how to get your first order on Fiverr. Look, I'm recording this video because I've seen a lot of nonsense around YouTube, like how people like can get started on Fiverr and whatnot. Let me just go ahead with the straight sauce, because this video is going to be very, very important and will help you to pretty much kickstart your account, you know. So there's 3 different ways in like you can start like getting new clients or prospects. And the very first thing is that you can promote your gig on social media, which is something that I wouldn't recommend. Like, for example, Facebook ads or Google ads. This is something that I wouldn't recommend, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be spending money into getting clients, you know. So it should be the other way around. So I wouldn't suggest that. I'm telling you this because Fiverr usually suggests that, like, oh, you should promote your, like, for example, you go to customer support and ask them like, hey, I'm not getting any buyers, how can I you know, make everything better? They will say like, oh, just promote your gigs on social media, use Facebook or something like that. Like, no, I mean, that doesn't, it's not even, it will take too long pretty much. Or if not, like, you will start to spend money, and this is not like very, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I just don't recommend it. Like, the other way is to pretty much wait around 3 to 4 weeks, because like that's when naturally Fiverr will start pushing your gig towards new buyers, and you will start getting messages. So from there, your only goal is to pretty much close them, but it will take like a little bit of time. So you gotta be patient. This is not like a get rich quick thing. So you need to be patient when you're starting out, because you have to understand there's a lot of competition. So if you look about your service, like let's say if you're on a high category demand, you know, let's say social media marketing, there's gonna be like around 20,000 other services or more. So what would someone like purchase from you? You know what I'm saying? So this is something that you have to be patient, because what I've seen lately in the 2025 new algorithm updates is that pretty much Fiverr will start, this is starting to push new seller accounts, so they all have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So this is something very important to keep in consideration. But in order to actually kickstart your account when you're starting out, the easiest way that I found is pretty much like ask 3 to 5 friends, but in different locations, to purchase from you. And you need to be very careful about it, because you can fall into policy violations. So you need to be making sure that it's not so obvious, you know, because a lot of people make this mistake and it's really not that beneficial when you're starting out. So let me explain you how you can do it. First of all, you should be asking like 3 to 5 friends to purchase from you, let's say from different locations, in different states or different places. You know, you don't want to be like in the same area, because Fiverr knows due to IP locations whether if it's a real order or not. And second, you shouldn't be aiming to sell them for $5 or something like that. Make it at least like 15 to 20 bucks, because that will make the order more natural. You know, it wouldn't seem like too obvious. You know, Fiverr knows about this stuff. They have an AI algorithm built in, so you need to be very careful about it. So once you start like making those sales, let's say 3 to 5 sales, and they give you like the 5-star reviews and whatnot, you will start like seeing like how Fiverr will naturally start pushing your gig towards new buyers. So you will start receiving new messages, and that's when things get interesting. So how you get your first order, because okay, we're talking about these fake orders, which shouldn't be fake in Fiverr's eyes, but once you start getting like your prospects, now your only and main goal is to actually sell them. And this is very important, because that's why most people on Fiverr are not successful, because they don't know how to sell. They believe that just because they're offering a service, like they're pretty much gonna purchase from you. No, you need to be good at selling. So let me give you quite a few tips, because that's what makes me go from $0 to $100,000 within the first 12 months on Fiverr, because I was out competing everyone. And it was not because I was the best at my service delivery. It was because I was pretty much the best at selling. And I was very, very good at convincing people, because first of all, you need to be pretty much positioning yourself in some sort of authority position, you know, because like people need to understand that you are the expert. You know, you are the expert. So you need to be pretty much creating those type of offers, because when you're communicating with your buyer, they need to trust you. They need to understand that you know what the hell you're talking about. You need to be master of all details. And now you have AI and all that stuff that you can leverage. So for example, you can ask ChatGPT everything you need to know about your service. It really doesn't matter which one it is, but of course I would recommend it to be a high category demand gig. So for example, you have to do your research. I have another video talking about that, but yeah, you should be always selling something that is on demand, because like if nobody wants your service, like if nobody's buying your service like from other people, then like it's pretty much nobody's gonna purchase from you, you know. So it's very important that you select a category that is on high demand. But let's say you're lucky and finally get like some prospects, some clients, some messages. Like now your only goal, please listen, is just to sell them. Just sell them. It really doesn't matter, but just sell them. And how can you do it? Let's say you're offering your service for $100 or $200. Like it really doesn't matter. But let's say you're offering for, because I usually recommend anywhere around $100 to $1,000, you know. But the sweet spot is around $200, $300, let's say, or $500 even. But let's say you're selling that, and you know, when you're starting out, you will have 0 reviews. So why would someone trust you? You know, if there's like many other people like with 1,000 reviews, like 500 reviews, 5-star reviews, everything, like why would someone purchase from you? And even then, like they will have like even sometimes lower prices. So why in the hell would someone purchase from you? No worries, like this is a very common concern, but like it's very easy to actually circulate around, you know. So the very first thing you must do is to create a ridiculous offer. And what is that? Okay, we're selling that for 200 bucks. You're gonna pretty much tell them that you're actually gonna be making like a very, very crazy discount. Like for example, for $50 today only, if you sign up with me, I'll pretty much give it to you. I mean, usually our prices are around 200 bucks, but because this is a brand new account, I just wanted to build some trust and everything. You should be offering something like that to your client, you know. Even if it's even if you're operating at a loss, like you should be making like crazy discounts, because otherwise Fiverr will not push you, because Fiverr will give you the chance to prove yourself on the marketplace, whether if someone's gonna purchase from you or not, you know. Because if they push you and you get some prospects and nobody actually purchase from you, like the odds of you getting more chance is gonna be slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And that's why people never make it to be successful. You know, they start their accounts and it's like, oh, I'm not getting any orders, and they get frustrated because they never receive any orders. And therefore Fiverr would say like, you know what, like you don't deserve to be on the first pages, you know. So that's something very important, and it really do help. So until you start getting some traction, because for example, when you're starting out, your first 10 clients, just make something ridiculous, you know, like to $50 or 25 bucks or just 10 bucks, whatever it is. Don't go to $5. Like, so I'm telling you, it's like very obvious that it's just like fake orders and whatnot. So try to make sure that you're offering like a very ridiculous discount. And I can make a video about how to create like these type of offers, because I became very good at selling this. But when you're starting out, you need to be getting orders, because the more orders you get, again, I have another video discussing about this, that is the snowball effects. The more orders you get, the 5-star reviews you get, the more 5-star reviews you get, the more Fiverr will start pushing you towards new buyers, and therefore you will start getting ranked on the top pages, you know. Eventually the goal is to start like to be on the top pages, you know, which is very hard when you're starting out, but it becomes very easy once you understand how the game works, you know. But the very first thing, and that's why I'm creating this video about how to get your first orders, you need to make a ridiculous offer. You know, that's the easiest way, because you don't want to be selling your service for $5 or 10 bucks. Like usually you should be offering a service that could be easily marketed for 100 to 1,000 bucks, and from there your first buyers, just make them a ridiculous offer so they feel like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Like why, like yeah, like, and also you need to give them like some sort of trust. Like for example, I always say this, like I never complete a delivery until you're completely happy with it, because you need to make them understand. Most people on Fiverr are also like new buyers, so they don't understand how the platform works. So you need to be pretty much a master of all details of your service and how Fiverr works, and you need to be reducing the buyer's remorse, because they will be like, what if they don't deliver a good service, like they're new to Fiverr and all that. So you need to give them the trust, that tell them like, you know what, like Fiverr holds the funds until you're happy, so I don't get paid until you're happy, you know what I'm saying? So that's when they start to become more confident about it, and then they don't have any risk, because okay, they're spending like 25 bucks, 50 bucks for your offer, and if you deliver a good service, they will approve it. If you don't deliver a good service, they will pretty much reject it, and they get their money back, and your account will not be affected whatsoever by cancellations, because this is something very important as well. I mean, I can't just make a whole video course or anything about this, because there's too many layers, right? But for example, if you ask support to cancel an order before it's actually delivered, like officially delivered, you can it will not count against your statistics, so you will not get harmed or pretty much affected by these statistics, by order cancellations or whatnot, as long as it's not an official delivery, you know. There's many different ways that you can pretty much work your way around, and I mean, like once you understand all of these things, that's when you can start making like 5 figures a month, like consistently. And that's the name of the game, consistency. But everything starts just with your first order. So again, just to make like a quick recap, once you start kickstarting your account, very first thing you always have to keep in mind is to make an irresistible offer, a no-brainer. The customer has to be saying like, you know what, like this is a no-brainer. Like if I don't get your offer, like I'm dumb. You know, you need to make them feel dumb. And there's a lot of resources that you can do in order to get good at selling. You know, I can just record more videos about it if you're interested. Actually, if you're interested in that, like you can drop a comment on the sections below. But like, I don't know, you can study like Russell Brunson's or anybody there on YouTube, because there's a lot of people where I've learned before. And yeah, I mean, once you understand how to sell, like everything becomes much easier. But you can sell to anybody, you know. And that's how you become consistent, because at the end of the day, I've been very, very successful. And then I was like having like very, very successful months, and then boom, full drops, because I didn't understand what was happening. And it goes beyond just knowing how to sell, because at the very beginning I was very good at selling, but I was very bad at service delivery, and that affected my my reviews, that affected my buyer satisfaction and whatnot, which is also very important for consistency. But the very first thing, again, is just making the sale. Without the sale, you're not gonna go anywhere. You know, your business is gonna be stagnant and probably will not get the business off the ground. Of course, you can always reboost it by, you know, asking your friends to buy from you and whatnot. Like, there's always like sneaky ways where you can work your way around it. But when starting out, you want to keep your account clean. So, and also, like, one of the reasons I'm recording these videos is because I've done a shit ton of mistakes when I was starting out, like a ton, which it's actually it's been detrimental for me even as of today. So I want you guys to avoid all of this stuff, because if I didn't have any mistakes, I will be making much more money than I was making before, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, let me know. You can drop a like, you can comment if you want to know anything very specific regarding a different topic, or about how to sell, or about a different video. Just let me know, and I'll be happy to answer your comments and or record a new video. Okay, so see you in the next one, guys. Peace.